This video is gonna be about CI/CD pipeline. If you're coming across this video for the very first time, you'll be like, "Oh, what is he talking about?" Because I haven't made previous videos about, this is just very impromptu. But if you're watching, probably it's because you have an idea of what this is all about. So I'm gonna be building CI/CD pipeline, and basically, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be using several tools to get this done, or several services, put it that way. So I'll be using AWS CodeCommit, AWS CodeBuild Pipeline. I'm going to be using all of that to get this done, and then I'll equally be using CloudFormation for deployment. I will be CLI of my terminal to be able to do some testing first. At the background, I'll equally be launching an EC2 instance. I'm going to be using ChatGPT. I'm going to be using Google. So it's going to be involve a lot of things here. All right. And basically, when I have an assignment like this assignment here that I'm going to be using is thanks to CloudSpace Academy. I'm going to just be using something like this from them. And these guys are doing a great job, guys. If you want to know more, contact these guys and you'll be able to know a lot. So this is one of their assignments, and I will be using a template that is provided to me from their class, like this one. All right, and basically, if you look at this assignment here, what it wants me to do is to build a 3-stage pipeline to deploy a given application using CloudFormation as a deploy deploy provider, and then source your code from CodeCommit. You could use GitHub, and then you want us to run this application on a custom VPC. And so basically, if you look at the template that has been provided to us here by CloudSpace, this template does not give us anything that has it's a resource that has to do with VPC, but they have provided us with parameters here, the instance, and then they're giving us SSH location, and then the image here. The image ID here. This image ID pertains to EC2 instance, and so on. And then the resources that they've given us here, they've given us the web server EC2 instance here with everything, and I was using the image above to reference everything here. And then security groups here, web server security group, and then they have given us a user group and all of that, their port number, security group increase, and all of this, and the equal one and output. That's what they have provided to us. You can be able to build this by yourself. Simply, if you go to Google and you look for, like, say, CloudFormation template for VPC or for whatsoever you want to. For example, since I'm going to be using VPC, you can go to Google and you can be able to Google this, and it will be able to provide you with a lot of template information. Like this one is security group. If I want something in VPC, I can come down there too, and I will say VPC, and it's going to go further to upon me, this syntax here. And if you open it up here, this one is in YAML. This is VPC, and you take this example here, it will be able to provide you a resource like this, my VPC, and the property CIDR block, DNS enable, and hostname, key, tags, keys, and value for you to be able to define it the way you want it to be. So basically, when I have it like this is kind of a little complex, in the sense that when you're building something on YAML, it has a way of building its language. So there are indentations that you have to specify, and it must be correctly done. If you do it the wrong way, it's not going to work. Your code is not going to work. So simply, when I have something like this, thanks to ChatGPT, I can be able to use a code, just bring in something and take it there, and it will adjust it for me, and I will test it. For example, so if I were to take, like, for the example, this code that I have here, all right, this one, and let's say, let me just see what it tells me. This is a code that has been provided, and I can go to my ChatGPT now, and I will say, okay, look at this. I say, guy, look at this, and tell me what you have to see. He's gonna look at the code, and he's going to give me some explanations about it. You can read this. and then go further to explain the resources. You first of all start by explaining the parameters that we have here, and then it goes further to explains me the resources and then the output, and he refreshes it and bring me what I have right down here. Okay, and if you look at it, it's going to tell me here this AWS CloudFormation template defines EC2 instance along with necessary security groups. Here is a breakdown as such. All right, and I can modify it right by simply if I see since my template has to do with adding a custom VPC, I could say, if I, for example, so I could come here and say modify by adding a custom VPC. My teacher will not be happy with this because he wants us to use Google, but he doesn't say we should only use Google, because you could easily, he always tells us you could easily get this on ChatGPT and all of that. Man, that's the power of AI, and it's coming up very powerfully. So we just get to know how to use it and use it perfectly. The only bad thing is that you don't get to master a lot of things when you do it this way, but it is what it is. We have to use it and get work done faster. So you look at it here, and if you look at it critically, you see if it comes in here to provide me with a resource called this, and this resource here is the exact thing that you're going to see on Google. This is ChatGPT, right? So if you come on Google, look at what you have here. The exact thing that you're going to have here, it's simply copying it from here and going to your template. Going to your template, for example, say this modify on, and then you're trying to paste it. Like, come back here, and then let's see where you are, and then you're opening the space and you're pasting it. Just say you paste it here. Okay, now I have resource. This is already double. It's not gonna work this way because there's already a resource here, and I won't have another resource here. So if I copy this one that I have done to ChatGPT, it's gonna help me and adjust this. For example, I say, okay, all right, get this from here and copy it to ChatGPT, and I will tell him, hey guy, look at this, what I have put here, and modify it for me. He's gonna look at it and he's gonna like, oh, it looks like you want to add a custom VP to the existing CloudFormation. I will merge a custom VPC creation with the existing resources to ensure and everything. So he runs it out and adjusts it and pull out what is wrong. You see, now here there's only one resource. I mean, the name resource only one, and then now there's an indentation for VPC, an indentation for public subnet, an indentation for instance, because all of these are resources. But if you don't know it, it's gonna get you stuck in one place. You get what I mean? So basically that is how I use this to get me working. All right, so that's it. EC2, whether it's subnet, whether it's a security group, whatever that you have on the console, you could come on Google the template for CloudFormation, and you'll be able to have it, and then you can then go further to adjust it so that you can fit what you want, and that's it. I'm just gonna get this template and let's see how it works. So I could close this and open a different one here, and let's try to see where I'm gonna open, and just say I can open my documents, and let me see what this one is here. And this one, okay, this is a resource tool that I have constructed. This one is a VPC resources equally here with all the subnets and everything. So with this output, basically I could equally come here. This is a resource, and I can just use this resource and add to what I already have. So with this resource here, you have the VPC, and then you have the public subnet, and you have internet gateway, you have public route table, and every other thing, subnet, and so on. Look at this resource here. This resource here is stacking the VPC, and I can change this. If I want to use this, I can change and copy like these resources that I have here. Hold on, just gonna copy all of this. Is what I need. I think it's from here. So just not to over waste your time, I can just get this one, copy this, and I go back to what I already have. Okay, so okay, let me just take this one out. It's a resource, and so I can be able to paste it here. All right, it's a resource. Did I paste it? Hopefully I did. So yep, right here. So I'm bringing in, so just all right, if you like, we can try to test this and you see it. Okay, so because it's wrongly built, CloudFormation is going to be like now we can do this, and okay, let's deploy this on CloudFormation and see what it tells us. Say, okay, this is CloudFormation, and in CloudFormation here you simply say you're creating a stack. All right, and if I want to create this stack, I can upload an existing template, and I say let me choose a template, and the template that I will choose here, it's taking me to my home page, so I can simply get documents here, and I'm getting it from here. So I can say let me get like this one, see what it's going to do. So there's a template, and I try to run it, and here, because of the parameters that were provided, is asking me, okay, there was a parameter that requested a name, and I'll provide a name. There's the image is recognizing this that we provided in the parameter, and all of this is automatically entering here because in the parameter we define this as default, but these ones were not default, and this equally was default. And then I say next. It's still recognizing, next, and I'll submit it. Let's see. And I didn't really do much on it, so I'm gonna stop the video and then come back to it when it's done. Okay, see you in a while. All right, guys, I'm back. Oh, he went ahead and created. I was thinking that there was an error. I wanted it to show an error. Okay, this one created without an error, and straightforward. I'm going to make sure I should show you the one with an error, and you see how you get that adjusted. So look at this one. It created, this is what it created. Creation here is completed, and this is what it went further to create. There was an internet gateway, public, and so on. This is what it created, and it did successfully. And this is the event that just took place, and then it contains equally just an output here, and this output here, the IP address. Okay, so this is the value that it has in any exportation. So here, this is the image instant type T2 micro. This one is the key name, everything you saw how I was feeding in. So this is the image ID, and then here is the same template that we ran, and you can be able to see everything here which ran successfully, and so on. So basically that's how it runs. And if I come to your EC2 here and open it, you will see this resource that we've deployed, and it's running in your EC2. This is what we just deployed now here, and this is the running. Unfortunately, I did not tag it with a name, but this is the same resource that we just ran. So look at this public IP. Yep, that was a public IP. I was kind of see this public IP address that we have here, 18 this. If you come to CloudFormation and look at on the output, see this is the public IP address. So right here, 18.116 and so on. Just telling you that it's the same thing that you have here. And You can, if you can copy this public IP and you can test it and see the message that it's gonna give you, because you see the same message that we pasted on uh, our template on the parameter, and it will tell you the same thing that you have here. You see here, automation class hit needs 2 days in US East 2. So that's the message that was there. And if you come back to your CloudFormation, here, and you look at your template, you can be able to see the same message. So this is it here. Automation class hit hard, need 2 days in whatsoever. So that is it. And we equally created a custom VPC from the little modification that we did. And if you come to like the VPC and you see the custom VPC that we created, and if I open it here, you see it. I think this is the one, and it's right here. We went further to create all of this. All right, good. So let me show you the one that we failed, and we see how it gives us the message. Okay, so with this, let me go back to CloudFormation and say update. So I'm going to replace the existing one and upload the template, and I'll be using the same template. All right, know that immediately you do this, it saves. I did automatic saving. If not, it's not gonna work. If you have to save your own if you're not doing automatically, then you have to manually save it. Look at this, the template format not well formed, sorry. So it's already recognizing a formatting error, you see, and that's already an error message that is bringing to you. So it won't go further. I don't think it will allow me to go further because of that. So that is a mistake that you will realize, you might encounter, and you don't know how to adjust this, and you will be like, you're freaking out. Things are becoming very easy to handle with the power of AI, put it that way. So basically what I would do here is, if I don't know where this problem is coming from, I'll be like, no, I don't know, seriously. I'll come back to my chat GPT and I'll be like, guy, look at this and tell me where the problem is. I'm not telling him anything, and I'll run this. He'll be like, it seems like there are some formatting issues with the indentations and duplicate keys in the resource section. I will correct the issue and ensure that the custom VPC setup is correctly configured with EC2 instance. Here is it corrected. Simple. He goes for that and then do the correction. You see that? And I didn't know I even named this ball VPC, so I was basically showing you a different one. So he goes for that to do the correction, and once this is done, this is the correction that has been done right here. You can read all this information. It will give you better explanation. You remember, when you work with ChatGPT, you work like this, like as if it's your friend. You guys are chatting. If it doesn't work, you don't understand something, you can ask him for further explanation and he's going to respond to you. So I'm going to get this and I'll come back here. I'll say, okay, I just modified this, and I will paste a new one here. This is the new one that I just got. All right, this one is already here, and I'll go back again to my my CloudFormation back here and say, okay, it's not working. All right, no problem, CloudFormation, thank you for letting me know. And then I'm just gonna say cancel this, and then I say again update. Click here and say update. So I know very well that I've resolved the problem, and I'm uploading the new one, and I take the same one, I say upload. Let's see what it's going to do. Say go further. And it looks at it, it doesn't tell me anything about the template issue or anything. And I say okay, no problem, let me go further again. All right, I don't have anything to put here. Go further, and let's go further and submit. Okay, so it's updating. You see, it's updating it, and basically that is it, guys. That is how it's done. I know this video is kind of long and hasn't gone through everything that I intended to show you guys, but this is the first part, and I'm going to be showing you the second part. I'll show you the third part. I'll show you the fourth part. Okay, so that's how it's going to be. Like I said, this shout out to CloudFormation. I mean, Cloud Space Academy. It just updated, and that's what I was like trying to say, and that's it. In my next video, I'm going to go further to do other things, and you see what will be coming up. All right, thank you, and see you. Bye bye.